Good afternoon. Welcome everybody. My name is Leslie and you are watching Lunch with Leslie, not Flip the Switch. So I want to invite everybody before we get too far along here, to all our replay viewers, to everybody, if you're watching replay, probably right now today at 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern, we are starting our new show on Parachute TV 1. And I wanted to put this up there so you guys could screenshot it, because everybody's like, what's Flip the Switch? Show me what Flip the Switch is. This is Flip the Switch. Yes, but today, thank you guys. But today on Lunch with Leslie, we are talking about bean sprouting, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to screenshot this and follow at Parachute TV 1. So today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern at Parachute TV 1. You need to follow them there. I am doing my first broadcast of Flip the Switch. And Flip the Switch is basically about having light bulb moments in your health. So that's what's going on there. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see that and screenshot it. Flip the switch. That's right. That's right. So let's turn this around. Thank you. I know, I'm super excited about it. We're going to do our regular broadcast here, our regular noon broadcast right here in just a second. But I wanted to show you guys this so that you could follow at Parachute TV. It's driving me crazy that it's crooked. There, that's better. So you can follow over at Parachute TV 1. I did this like 3 minutes before my broadcast, so please excuse my scribbling there. So, all right, let's turn the camera around. What's up, everybody? Hi, it's good to see you. Wow, I look like a little bitty Oompa Loompa or something in there. It's good to see you guys. How are you today? Hello, hello. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Janie. Thank you guys for sharing out. If you guys want to take the lead there from Janie and Marcy and share out with your followers. Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey Jen, it's good to see you. Louisa, it's good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. What is Parachute TV? Parachute TV is actually the first live broadcasting TV station of its kind, and it is right here on Periscope. So if you follow at Parachute TV 1, you will be able to see my show today at 1. Right after that, Hillary Silver, and then later on tonight, you'll be able to see what's her name? Whole Health Nanny, Laura Clark tonight at, I think she's at 6 p.m., but I can't remember. So yes, so this is not it is an elephant. That's so funny. Yes, it is my little elephant. So this is not a sexy subject this week. You know, sometimes we have sexy subjects like, you know, fermenting week. That's kind of cool and really fun and whatever. And then sometimes we're like making chocolate like we are today on Flip the Switch. And sometimes we're just doing all kinds of different stuff. Sprouting is not extremely sexy, but it will make you sexy. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on being sexy and getting sexy with bean sprouts. So, and sometimes it's Valentine's, which is like super sexy week, like crazy sexy week. Yeah, right. I know. Thank you guys so much for sharing out. Let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a blogging website. It's actually a recipe blogging website. It's called go2kitchens.com. It's right in the title of the scope, go2kitchens.com. What you're going to find when you get there is you're going to find a whole ton of recipes. You're going to find blog posts. You're going to find sexy sprouts. That's right. You're going to find blog posts. You're going to find my story, my backstory, why I'm doing what I'm doing. But most of all, you're going to find a community. And that is my favorite part about Go2 Kitchens is this community. That's right. That's what I'm on about, Lisa. They can make you sexy. They're not sexy, but they can make you sexy. So, but the community that we're building over at go2kitchens.com is amazing. You guys are so amazing. Our mailing list is growing leaps and bounds. Our VIP page has like halved itself again over the past few weeks. It's really, really super exciting time to be part of Go2 Kitchens. How you get to be part of the community and connect more with me is over on our VIP page. Super simple. You go to go2kitchens.com. I promise we're going to get to sprouting in just a second. But you go to go2kitchens.com, click the VIP access, and then, thank you, and click the VIP access, and then you can join there. You're going to get a backlink to join a private Facebook page that is just, thank you, Janie, for putting that up there. That is just there. For Go-To Kitchens VIPs. Now, we don't sell anything over there. Nobody's self-promoting over there. There's nothing for sale even on Go-To Kitchens at all. The only reason that it exists is to build this community and to have this support system into a healthy lifestyle. And it's so amazing for that. And I want to encourage you guys to come over. And thank you guys that have already done that. And thank you guys for sharing out our word. Our main Facebook page, our main fan page, Go-To Kitchens main fan page on Facebook is about to cross over 4,000 likes. Oh my gosh. That is not even a year old. And we are about to cross, thank you. We are about to cross over, I know, we are about to cross over that 4,000 mark. So tons of people, tons of excitement. Thank you guys so much for all that you do and helping me spread the word. It's amazing. So on to our subject. Our subject today is sprouts, and the whole week actually. So let me decode the whole week for you. The whole week. Today we are talking about why we sprout. I'm looking at my notes, so excuse me. Tomorrow I have a little note card that's pasted up on my wall with a piece of tape. Isn't that hilarious? Tuesday, tomorrow, we are talking about sprouting basics, and I'm actually going to teach you how to do bean sprouts tomorrow. So we're going to do that tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to make a recipe called ranchero beans. So we're going to use the beans that we sprout in this ranchero bean recipe. So I know, really, if you could sprout jelly beans, I'd be in business. And then Thursday, we are going to do sprouting basics again, and we're going to focus on grains. And then on Friday, we're going to make a Mexican quinoa bowl with the beans that we've sprouted and the quinoa that we're going to be sprouting. So I'm going to teach you guys all these basics this week. It's super exciting. You do not need any fancy pants tools. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. You do not need any fancy pants tools to sprout. So let's just get that crystal clear. Don't need it. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Yes, thank you for the beautiful lead in there. That's very funny. Thank you so much for saying that. That is hilarious. All right. So let's talk about why we sprout. Here's what you need to know before you go. All right. These are the things that, hi, it's good to see you. Thanks, Linda. Oh, good, good. Awesome. I can't wait. So here's the things that you need to know. I'm going to tell you why I started sprouting, right? So I started sprouting probably about 4 or 5 months ago. I got this crazy, I was reading all these books and everything. I have this really great raw cookbook, and they were talking about sprouting, and I was like, I want to know how to do that. So I started playing with that. William, I'm sorry. I'm going to give you one more chance. William, but next time you're going to get blocked, and curse words get you blocked right away. So awesome. Good for you. Learning English. I need to learn French. I've been trying to learn Italian. It's really hard to learn another language. So good luck with that. So here's why I started sprouting. I started sprouting because I eat 90% plant-based, and I started eating 90% plant-based, and I wanted to get more nutrients out of my food. And so I'm always seeking ways to get the maximum amount of nutrients out of my food. And sprouting is amazing, is an amazing way. I know, right? Is an amazing way to get more nutrients out of your food. And so that was my main focus and my main drive about learning how to sprout. I wanted to get the maximum nutrition. And then I wanted to get more plant-based enzymes. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I almost blocked the wrong person there. They have never. So I wanted to, hold on you guys. Okay, all the trolls that are in here, you're gonna get blocked by this entire room of people. So you might as well leave now because everybody's gonna block you. So I'm gonna give you a chance to straighten up or ship out. Shape up or ship out, right? I know, right? Sorry, I totally got trolled. Yes, that's right. Be nice or get out. That's right. I'm going to give you one chance and that's it. And then we're going to start, everybody in this room will start blocking you. So there you go. Yeah, it is actually. My plant-based diet really does a lot for that. It really does a lot for my skin and my hair. I'm 45 years old. And I look better at 45 than I did at 35. And it's because of my diet. So yes. All right, so let's get back to it. So that was the main reason that I started. When I started sprouting, I quickly realized that OMG, it is so much fun. It's like growing plants. Thank you. It's like growing plants in a bowl. And it's like, yay, Sandy got her splat. Hooray, hooray. And it's easy. It is so easy. And it's so fun to like, and it's sexy, right? It's so fun to go and check your sprouts every day. It's like, oh, look, I have sprouts. I mean, it gets really, really, really exciting about sprouting. So that is, you don't need a green thumb. That's right. And so it's just a total blast. If you have kids, they're going to totally dig this whole sprouting thing, right? And they're going to want to eat the food that you're sprouting because they help sprout it. And it's just totally, totally fun. So yes, right? Thank you. All right. So let's how long does it take to actually sprout? Everything is different. It's every kind of bean, every kind of seed has a little bit of difference about it. We'll actually talk more about that tomorrow. But yes, I know, crazy, right? So, yay, black beans ready for sprouting. So do I. Yeah, so do I. I know, so do I. I don't have a green thumb at all. And so it's totally easy. You do not need a green thumb. Let me just be super clear about that. Okay, so what is sprouting? So sprouting, this is like the biggest question I get. They're like, everybody's like, what does it mean to sprout? Like when you think of sprouting, you automatically think of those little green, things that you get at the grocery store that are like, little green bean sprouts. That's what you think of immediately. Most of those are coming from seeds. They're coming from like broccoli. They're coming from, you hate beans. I used to hate beans too, but this may change your mind actually. It comes from, you like my sprouting? Those are my sprouts. They look like this, except they're green and they like, so actually, alfalfa sprouts, right? Clove, you get broccoli sprouts. I actually had some sprouted basil the other day. Amazing. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about beans and seeds, sprouting them so that they're more bioavailable or more available into your body. So basically, a bean is a seed. So if you think about, I wish I had a bean here. A bean is a seed essentially, right? So they're going to take that bean, they're going to sprout it, and they're going to stick it in the ground, and they're going to make another bean plant. That's what a bean is. So it's actually compacted in an amazing little shell. It has this really unpenetrable shell that the seed is in. And if you can't eat them raw, right? Because if you eat them raw, I'd be like, rah, 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 trying to eat them. You're not going to get them in raw. So they are this beautiful little treasure trove in a tight little lockbox. Okay. And what that little lockbox is basically locked up with anti-nutrients, which is mostly phytic acid. So phytic acid surrounds that. When you sprout, you actually break open the bean a little bit and the sprout comes out, and all of that phytic acid through the soaking process and through the wetting process actually leaves the bean. So you're actually germinating, you germinate the bean, right? So it turns in from a seed into a living, yeah, I really got this down today. It turns into a seed to a living plant. That's my plant. So everybody, in case you don't know, this is not a gang sign. This is my plant sign. So yes. So it turns from a seed into, turns from a seed into an actual living plant. Now, the best way to consume plants is living. Did you know that? The best way to consume plants is living, right? It's like the healthy sign. What's up? Sorry, totally off track. So then you're no longer eating a seed, but you're actually eating a tiny little bitty plant, which is amazing. See, that's what it looks like. See, Sandy threw up an emoji and it looks like that, right? Maybe that's where I got it from. It looks like a plant, right? Already married, but thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh my God, it's like Troll City in here. Troll City. Okay, just ignore them. Everybody, and unless they say something, if somebody curses in here or says something off, please block them. Just block them and let's get them out of here. So there you go. All right, we're done. I don't get a lot of trolls, so this is like new territory for me. All right, see, that kind of stuff. Blog. Hold on, you guys. All right, getting rid of some people here. All right, so that is why you actually sprout, right? I know. It's crazy town. That's why you actually sprout. Okay, so that is what that is what sprouting is. So the question is, why do we sprout? That's the title of this scope. Why do we sprout? So there are like 3 major reasons that you want to consider sprouting your dry beans or your dry bean seeds. They're seeds. That's the reason why. So one of the major reason is for digestion. So this is a really tacky question that I'm about to ask you guys. So just forgive me. Well, that would be great. Yeah. So everybody block them. So this is a really tacky question, but how many of you, I want you to type in the number 4. All right. How many of you, type in the number 4, how many of you, when you eat beans, it bloats you and it gives you gas. So you're going to have a little bit of the wind. How many of you here, if you eat beans, 4, okay, awesome. Anybody else? 4, bloats you, gives you gas. 4, no, good for you. 4, okay. So there's a lot of 4s up in here. And I was a 4. I was definitely a 4. When I would eat beans, I love beans and I would eat beans. My tummy would bloat. 3.9. That's awesome. Janie, if you didn't already have a splat, Janie, I would send you one because that's funny. I don't care who you are. But it would bloat me and then I would have a little bit of the wind. And so it was not a pleasant thing. So I kind of stayed away from them, right? You just don't eat them, right? Because I kind of stayed away from them. When you sprout them, this actually helps that problem. And there's a scientific reason for that. And we're going to talk about that right now. And that is that it breaks down the complex sugars in the bean. All right. So a lot of people don't eat beans because of the high carbohydrate content, right? So when you open it and you create a plant instead of a seed, you my elephant, no, he doesn't eat beans. So, but when you actually open the bean and you create a little plant, right? They're trying to sprout in your tummy, right? They're hard to digest because of that little casing. But when you open that up and you make it into a plant instead of a seed, it is actually way more digestible. It doesn't change the carbohydrate count, but it changes the complex sugars and how your body digests those complex sugars. And it makes it way, way more easy for your body to digest. You won't get the bloat and you won't get the wind. Okay, so just saying, it's a great thing for that. The other thing is that it neutralizes anti-nutrients. So the anti-nutrients in beans is phytic acid. And when you sprout them, it actually neutralizes that so that you can't sprout them from a can. They're going to have to be raw. So they're going to have to be dry beans. Yes. And we're going to do that tomorrow, Meg. So stick with me tomorrow. So you actually, sorry, when I look up, I'm looking up at my clock. I'm not rolling my eyes. Somebody the other day said I was rolling my eyes at them. I was like, no, I'm looking up at my clock. I swear. So funny. I was like, no. Anyway. Okay. So, but so funny. So yes. So, but that actually neutralizes that. that phytic acid in there. It actually converts the dense veggie protein that you're getting, so that's a really super dense veggie protein, and makes it more available, the protein more available in your body for digestion. So it actually is sending the protein to the parts of the body that it needs. So your body's like, hey, that's awesome. Do I have a scope on V8 juice? No, I don't. I have a fake out on YouTube, actually, a V8 fake out for tomato juice, essentially. So yeah, on YouTube, you can find it there. Go to Kitchens, fake out V8, you'll find it. So the other reason that you want to do is that it actually increases the assimilation of vitamins in the body. So here's what happens. You eat a seed, even when it's been cooked, even when a bean has been cooked, it's still considered a seed. When you sprout it, it turns it into a plant. Even after you cook it, it's still a plant. Now, it may not be a tremendously living plant, but it is still a plant. And it's still a plant in a seed, but it's a little bit different. It turns it into like a real plant at that point. So, and there's a little bit of difference there. So when you eat them, you actually increase the assimilation of vitamins. So vitamin C, A, B, D, B, E, and K, B2, B5, and B6 are all in beans. And when you open their little shells up and you let that little plant stem come out, that is actually making it more available through the digestion, more available of those vitamins. So you're getting a great amount of vitamins in beans anyway. And now when you sprout them, you're actually getting more bioavailability in your body. So your body can actually assimilate them. So when it takes in a bean that's not sprouted right now, it's like, oh, hey, there's some vitamin K and some vitamin B in there. If you want to try to dig that out of that little shell, that's what your body is saying to the bean, right? And so sorry guys, I'm so sorry about this today. I don't know what's happening. I don't understand, but anyway, it's happening. It's real. So anyway, and so I know it is so weird. I agree. But your body is actually able to take those vitamins in. So when you take a sprouted bean in and you eat that, it's like, hey, look at this. There is loads of vitamin C and A and B and D and E and K. So all of those things are available to you if you want to take them in. They're really available. That's what your body is saying. So it is weird. So I don't think so. I think it means that it's, do I have my location on? Is that, somebody check and see if I have my location on? I bet I have my location on. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. I forgot to turn my location off. Yep, okay. Problem solved, problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, that's what's going on. Sorry guys, I will remember to turn it off tomorrow, trust me. So, yep, that does it. Absolutely. Every time. I never have it on. So, hold on. Let's just get some people out of here. I know, right? So that is the two reasons. The third reason, it is very, very alkaline. I can't say this word very well. Alkalizing in the body. So beans are usually considered an acid. Beans, meats, things like that are actually considered an acidic thing in the body. When you sprout them, you actually change them from an acidic intake into an alkalizing intake. So that is really something super cool about sprouting beans, because you're taking it from a seed, you're taking it from a dense protein into something that is more available in the body. So your body, it actually alkalizes the body. I know, it's a total miracle. It's really cool. So so then you're getting a plant-based, right? So then you're getting, which a lot of plants are, more alkalizing in the body than making it an acidic. So it's a great way to get amazing nutrients and beans and all kinds of stuff. You mean for the enzymes? So when you sprout them, you get tons of enzymes. You get tons of plants enzymes. Now you lose some of that when you actually cook them. So I do not. Here's the thing about safety and beans. I actually do not recommend that you eat a lot of raw beans. I know it's really popular right now to take garbanzo beans or chickpeas and sprout them and make raw hummus with them. maybe every once in a blue moon, that's fine. But if you think about it like this, there's these little, when you plant a bean and a tender little shoot comes out of the ground, right? So everybody's seen a bean probably, like you probably grew one in grade school. Right? So most of us, like a potato or a bean or something, we sprouted something typically in science or biology in grade school, and even into high school. We actually sprouted beans in high school. So, but you have that little bean and you have that little shoot that comes out, right? That little shoot that comes out is really tender and really fragile, and it has a protective enzyme in it that actually keeps it from being eaten by bugs and animals and labradoodles. Not people though, we'll eat them anyway. But that little tender shoot has a protection in it. And when you eat large amounts of it, it can be irritating in the body. So I just want you to be careful when you're eating a lot of raw sprouted beans or grains. I would not recommend beans or grains in large amounts raw. So I would recommend that you actually eat them, that you, if you want to eat them as raw as possible, then I recommend that you steam them. So put them in a steamer basket and steam them for 5, 10, 15 minutes and get them a little bit tender. That will kill that enzyme that will make that will irritate your body. So yes, just lightly cook them is absolutely fine, but I would not eat them raw. Like, and I especially wouldn't feed them to my children raw. So there's just some dangers there that I don't know the scientific reasons behind it, but I mean, well, actually I do a little bit, but it is, and I can't remember the enzyme that is there, but it is something, it's like some big long name, but it's something that you probably don't want to put your body routinely on a raw status a lot. So that's just my opinion. Raw foodies would probably disagree with me, but that may be because they eat them regularly and their bodies are set up for it. So we are talking about all kinds of beans. We're not talking about any bean in particular. So we're talking about why you sprout. Yes, steam them, best of both worlds. Absolutely. If you want to put a thermometer in there and not get them over 115 degrees, they actually are considered at the pan. They are actually considered raw at that point. Anything steamed under 115 would still have all the plant enzymes in it, but would make it a little bit more, less aggravating in the body. There. I think I said that right. So if you're eating green sprouts, so like green sprouts, like if you like the sprouts in the grocery store that you get from broccoli or clover or from alfalfa, those are fine raw, but those have already gotten to a green plant state. I'm talking about eating the whole thing, the bean and the little sprouts, eating the whole thing. Most of those beans have been harvested out of soil. Those sprouts have been harvested out of soil. And so you're not actually eating the bean. So yeah, so just keeping that in, yeah. I would just cook them a little before making the hummus personally. Yes. Yeah. So another thing that you can sprout are nuts and seeds. Absolutely. If you sprout your nuts and your seeds, not talking about bean seeds, but I'm talking about like sunflower seeds and things like that. Absolutely, you can eat those raw. Those are amazing for you raw. In fact, they're best for you raw, because what happens when you, let's just take an almond. An almond's a pretty hard nut, right? It's a hard nut to crack. So it's a pretty hard nut, just it's actually a seed that you're eating inside of the almond, but you're eating that, right? So, but it's considered a nut. So you're eating that, and it's hard to eat. And a lot of us don't chew them up enough. Like, we don't spend the time to chew the almond like we should chew the almond. When you sprout them, it actually makes it much easier to chew them up. Now, you don't get that crunchy effect that you do, but it is way, way better. It is way, way better for digestion and assimilation as well. So yes, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. You guys could maybe saying something great, but I don't know. To the sprouts, yes, you do not, it would be impossible, well, it wouldn't be impossible, but it'd be very time consuming to harvest your bean sprouts. You could eat your bean sprouts without the bean part, but they're just like this little tail that comes out of the bean, and so you would be hard pressed to like take all those off there. So yes, we'll talk about almonds. Actually, almonds they're kind of boring. They actually don't physically like sprout out. Most nuts do not sprout out. Like a cashew will sprout out. And I can't remember, something else will actually have a sprout on it. So yes. Yeah, but I don't know which ones those are. So yeah. So there you go. Those are the reasons that you sprout. This is why you sprout and not how you sprout. We're doing that tomorrow. And what it does for the body, why it's good for the body to sprout. A little bit about safety. Here's the thing. If you want to sprout with me tomorrow, here's what I'd like for you to do tonight. If you have beans that are ready to be sprouted, like you have beans and you want to sprout them, you're ready to sprout them, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take just a regular, use glass, don't use plastic. Please don't use plastic anything, right? So, sorry, I don't like plastic. But use something glass or pottery or something like that. Yeah, mung beans are amazing. I like to mung beans all the way to the green sprouts. Those are really good. If you can get them to sprout all the way, lentils the same way. If you can get them to sprout all the way to green, those are amazing, amazing, amazing. So good, so good. So I want you to just take a bowl and I want you to take 1 cup of your beans, right? So 1 cup of your beans. Stainless steel bowl is absolutely fine, yes. I want you to take 1 cup of your beans and I want you to rinse them. So put them in a colander and I want you to give them a really good rinse. And I want you to look through them. Now this is red beans, white beans, black beans, pinto beans, any kind of bean like that. Lentils you can do as well, but we're talking about like beans, like black beans, red beans, white beans. Chickpeas are absolutely fine. Garbanzo beans, those are going to be fine as well. So take 1 cup. I want you to take 1 cup of your beans and I want you to put them in I want you to rinse them off really, really good. They're going to kind of be dusty. You need to always rinse your beans no matter what. So rinse them really well. You don't want all that debris in your sprouting water. All right. So we're going to soak them overnight. So I want you to rinse them really good. And I want you to sort them out. Like if there's any like that are weird or you got half a bean or something like that. You don't have to do that, but I like to do it because I like for my food to be pretty and I don't want weird beans in there. So I want you to take those and I want you to rinse them out. And then I want you to put them in your bowl. And then I want you to add 3 cups of purified water. So if you have bottled water, distilled water is fine. Water out of your refrigerator is purified enough. But any type of water that comes out of your faucet has a lot of fluoride and chlorine in it. So I would like for you not to use that. If that's all you've got, it's absolutely fine. But I would just like for just tap water, just regular, not tap water, but just regular room temperature water doesn't need to be chilled. It doesn't need to be hot, anything like that. I want you to cover your beans, all right? I want you to cover your beans completely with 3 cups of water because those beans are going to swell up. And so